You are listening to Girls in Low Places.
We're like the country music podcast that your mum banned you from listening to.
Let's go, you freak.
Who let us backstage, honestly?
My Gilpers. It is day 3, the morning of day 3 of Country to Country. And we're feeling pretty rough. We are here doing a midpoint podcast about what's been going on. I want to introduce you, Gilpers, first off to Ozzy.
Oh, hello there.
But also we have with us our producer, Sophia, who has been with us through thick and thin. I feel like we've been working together for about 10 years.
It's been a few weeks.
And I just thought we need her insight on this. She has a sort of a bird's eye view of what has been going on with us.
Welcome, Sophia.
Welcome,
Hey,
Sophia.
girls.
Woo!
Honestly, it's been chaos and I'm not sure how long I want to be here.
You may never see Sophia again. Right, girls, I mean, I don't even know where to start.
No.
And Bilps. Gilps and Bilps.
Gilps
Because
and
we
Bilps.
have met a lot of Bilps this weekend.
So many Bilps.
So, all boys in low places, we are so happy you're listening and thanks for coming to say hi.
Thank you.
And Gilps, obviously, the same.
Yeah.
I feel like we just need to get all of this off our chest so we can just...
It's like I was literally about to say, it's like I'm going to go and take a massive dump, but I don't think I can say that on the podcast.
You
It's
definitely
therapy.
can.
Therapy's a better way to put it.
Yeah, it's therapy. Thank you, Sophia. That's why you're here. So we arrived in, first of all, we were like, we need to dump loads of the stuff off at the stage. They did let us around the back of the O2. Felt very much like a celebrity at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you sing to the security guard?
Oh, she said, oh, yeah, hang on. That's all coming back to me now. And I was like, all right, Celine Dion. And then she loved me.
That worked a treat.
Yeah, I was like, I was warming up at that point for the rest of the weekend. We then went and got our hair done at Stanley Watts, didn't we?
Big up, Stanley Watts.
And got into our Wranglers.
Yeah.
You were a little bit concerned that I was being overly chatty and expending some of my social battery quite
I
deeply at that
literally had
point.
to tell you to shut up 5 times in the
Do
hair
you know,
salon.
she said to me, she was like, I'm on vocal rest, so I'm not going to say a word
She
to you in
hadn't
the
stopped
car.
talking
And that's all we
all
did all the way
weekend.
here
Yeah, I
on
know.
Friday morning. Vocal rest doesn't exist for you, so just quit while you're ahead.
Yeah.
Wrangler then reposted us in our Wrangler outfits. Thank you so much, Wrangler, for dressing us this weekend. Like, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's been insane. Thank you.
We did look like, I think we looked really, really good individually. When we were together, we looked mental. So I think
The pattern clash was quite intense.
it was like, is it giving carpet? Is it giving
Lainey Wilson.
Lainey Wilson. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you, later on that day, I did meet Lainey Wilson. I don't know how I did. She was having a special event at the Hollywood Bowl, of all places.
It's iconic.
Isn't it? Just like, it's so iconic. So basically what happened was, someone said, Lainey, I love your Wrangler collection, while I was stood next to her.
Ah.
And so I was sort of
segue.
hovering, like, is this my
And
moment?
set up for that, amazing.
Yeah, is this my moment? Someone said, I love your Wrangler collection. I said, your Wrangler collection? Like some weird mannequin who was like talking to her.
Here's an example I prepared earlier.
Like Blue Peter. God, awful. And then she went absolutely bonkers for it. Gave me a massive hug. We talked about bell bottoms for a while. I said I looked like Lainey Wilson, but from Wish. She loved it.
Aw.
She was like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Oh, no, you don't. And then she was absolutely sweetheart.
And she was also then incredible on stage.
Yeah, she was amazing.
So
wasn't
good,
she?
so good. And we were lucky enough with our passes. They've been letting us side of stage, which has been quite the experience, hasn't
It's been unbelievable. Yeah, for us, like to be that. I think just being that close and like being, because we're always the people at C2C who are dancing and giving 110% no matter what seats we're in anyway. So like to be down there and be able to do that is
Yeah.
amazing, and we were just like having such a good time. So
And did we give it 110%? I tell you.
And what's been really cool to watch as well, obviously from my perspective, you two are so happy to just be here. And at every point you're like, how is this our life? How are we here?
How is it?
And it's quite funny like seeing you mixed in with all the industry people because you're both just like internally combusting. But also trying to be like, this is cool, this is fine, we're meant to be here.
One of my favourite moments at Lainey, or maybe I think it was actually at Tucker Wetmore when he was playing, was Ozzy had gone and done a Wyatt Flores interview during the day while I was presenting on the Hollis stage. Ozzy had gone to do the Wyatt Flores interview, which she did with him.
yeah, he's so
And,
nice.
Yeah, you said he was really nice. But I knew that they'd, had their little like interview moment earlier. When I was at Tucker, I went to go and get a drink. I missed one of my favourite songs, Break First. Really gutted about that. But, it's a long walk to the bar. Got the drink. The last chord of Break First, my favourite song played. And then literally I was walking back. But what made it great was that as I was walking back through backstage, Wyatt Flores was also walking to the same place. And he was like asking me and Joff from Holler, like, oh, where is the bit where you can watch the show? I want to see Tucker. And I was like, oh, it's this way. So then we started talking about his family farm and that his merch proceeds sometimes goes to his family farm.
He's got amazing merch.
Yeah. But basically, as we came back, I then was like, here's your tequila soda, fresh lime, and we're here with Wyatt.
And Wyatt's here. We've just arrived with Wyatt. And I was
Just
like,
your old mate
oh, hi,
Wyatt.
babe.
And he was just there like, hiya. Yeah,
He's
you're right.
so nice.
Also, Dylan Gossett said hey to me, like, you're right.
Yeah.
He didn't even say like, hey y'all. He was like,
He was like, you right?
yeah, you're right. I was like, yeah, you're right.
I thought Dylan Gossett was actually so good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I thought
And we
it was
were
amazing.
talking about how like he's such an artist that like straight men who maybe that's a generalization, but I would say straight men go wild for. I have never seen straight men be like giggly girls like they are for Dylan Gossett.
You said it scratches their brain in a way that like maybe we can never understand.
I know Dylan Gossett is amazing. I enjoyed his set so much, but like, why were all the men like Beatlemania about him? Like,
I went to his showcase on the Wednesday night at the Amira, and there was a guy stood in front of me who was just losing his mind through the entire set, and his girlfriend or wife was just watching him lose his mind, and she was smiling because she was so happy that he was so happy.
Oh,
and I think that
that's
just
so
summarised
cute.
Dylan Gossett.
the power
Yeah,
of
the
Dylan.
power of
Yeah.
Dylan.
I also just want to say, guys, we are filming this and recording this in All Bar One, who they're obviously prepping for the day. So if it sounds like we're in a kitchen, we really
are.
apologise. We are in a kitchen, and we are.
If you are listening to this for ASMR purposes, we do apologise.
Also, I did kindly ask them to maybe be quiet. And they were like, "This is a kitchen. Shut the fuck up." So I want to talk about my favourite part of the day, which was the
On Friday.
49 Winchester interlude into XYZ. So we basically, I want to give some context. When you are a media outlet at C2C, you request artists. Some artists come back and say, yep, we'd love to have you. Some artists, you might say, no, we don't have time for that, or this year. You have to sort of like select who and your timetable. And some artists you just won't get. Like some artists are either not doing interviews, not doing press, or they don't see your numbers as big enough, or whatever it is. You sometimes don't know what that reason might be. So you kind of have to be like, not take it too personally. But we really, really wanted to interview Tucker. He was like one of my like number ones. And his management decided that we were not going to get that interview at that point. So we didn't know why. We thought Tucker was very gilp, but we were like, okay, fine, fair enough. Our numbers are not, we're not... Whiskey Riff at this point. We understand that. So we were like, cool, maybe next time, maybe next year. Anyway, we go to interview 49 Winchester, Isaac, who was amazing.
He's so great.
So fun. He said it was his favorite interview ever.
Yeah.
And Sophia had the great idea of like doing it in the backstage corridor.
Well, yeah, I said, why don't we do it here? And what I saw to the right was Tucker Wetmore's dressing room. And I had tried to tell these two what it was, but then equally realised that if I had told you before that interview took place, that you both might have lost your mind even further. So then we stood there, and let me tell you, these two ambushed Isaac, but he fully rolled with it, and he loved it.
He got it.
He got it. And the questions were so, like, you were just, like, throwing questions at him, one after the other, and it was brilliant to
He's a
watch.
gilper.
He is a girl pound.
He's such a gilper. And he said at the end
Who
of the...
knew?
Who knew? And he said at the end of the interview, this has been the best interview he's ever had.
Aww.
Which was a common theme throughout the weekend, guys. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie. Lots of the management and lots of the artists were like, this is the best interview we've ever had. I was
Mainly
like, yeah.
the Americans. They were lapping up the
Lapping
gilpers.
it up. So we do Isaac, and we're in the backstage bit, and so then this guy comes up to me, Scottish guy, and he goes, that was brilliant. I would really like you to... this was a really terrible Scottish accent. He was like, I would love you to interview my artist. And I was like, okay, wondered who this is going to be. It's now going to be awkward if we say, sorry, we haven't got time for that, mate. So I go, oh, who's your artist? He goes, Tucker Wetmore. And I went, oh, yeah. And he was like, you wait here, and I'll get you in 15 minutes. So we were like completely unprepared, no question prepared.
You had to sit down.
We had to
You
sit
were
down.
losing
I
your
was desperate.
mind.
I was desperate for a
Oh my
wee.
God, you were.
So I was jumping up and down outside.
Mate, I'll just say, while this was happening, while all this Tucker nerves was happening, suddenly Ozzy just screams, is that Eurovision's top new artist? Because remember, Monday suddenly arrive in the
forgot about
backstage
it.
bit, and we scream running towards them. They run towards us. We're all screaming.
By the way,
laughing.
like, I wasn't just like flagging them down. We are actually like, we know them. They came on the podcast. If you weren't aware.
Like they were going to go and get a tattoo at the backstage tattoo parlor. Very cool. I still think we should get Gilp. So we were like, so that was happening. And then we were like, oh, girls, we're just waiting to go in to see Tucker Wetmore. Remember, Mondays respected it. They were like, oh my God. Oh my God. So we then went back. Ozzy was needing the toilet more and more.
I think it was the nerves and just like everything was happening, and I was like so desperate for me. I was like, I do not know how I'm going to get through this interview, needing a pee
But we were
so
all like,
badly.
go to the toilet, Ozzy. And she was like, no, I'll hold
There's
it.
no time.
I'll hold it.
So his manager's outside, and I'm dancing around needing a pee, and she's like, oh my God, it's so terrible. We need a pee that bad. I'm like, yeah, I know. She's like, okay, just come and use Tucker's bathroom. So I was like, are you sure? I'm sure that's probably not really where I ideally want to do a pee. She was like, yeah, no, come next door. So I was thinking, okay, it's just like a spare little room they have. There's bathroom. She opens the door. His entire band are in the room. There are 8 guys in this room as I'm dancing around desperate for a pee. So there's like a separate section and then like the loo. So I just walk past all of his band like, hi guys, so sorry. I'm just gonna pop to the bathroom. Is that okay? Walk in, like dude bathroom. There's just like dude stuff everywhere. I was like, oh no. Everyone is outside. Like all these guys outside as I'm like in the loo, like desperately trying to pee before meeting Tucker. Came out and I was so stressed and I knew that you'd gone in, so I was like, oh my God, I've got to hurry, wash my hands, and literally like was like there was no dry thing, so I just like ran out, was trying to like rub them on my jeans, get to the door, everyone is waiting for me. Tucker Wetmore is sat in there
Holding his hand out to say
literally
hello.
was like, hi, and I was like, my hand is dripping wet. And I literally walked in, I was like, hi Tucker, really nice to meet you. Thanks so much for letting me use your bathroom. And he was like, literally touched my hand, like, your hand is soaking wet. I was like, I have washed them, I swear. Oh my God, and the worst bit about this, I forgot to tell you, is that my fly came undone on my jeans and I couldn't do it up again. So I was kind of awkwardly sat with my jacket over, because you know my jacket was like fully over. And I was like, oh my God, my flies are undone. This couldn't be worse.
Also, I will just say, I did make the joke of when he said your hand was wet, oh, we've made Tucker Wetmore, and the whole room erupted, like including Tucker. But he was so scared. He was so overwhelmed with the energy we came in with.
Because you had the idea to sit on the arms of the sofa and he was sat on the sofa. So he was kind of immediately set back and it looked like it was 2 parents just telling off their child. And he was just sinking down into the seat and was getting lower and lower and lower and moving his head more as you two just like,
oh no,
I don't know, threw so much chaos at
It was
him.
chaos. It was just the chaotic energy and vibe we were in at that moment. Can I just say though, what a nice guy. He totally got it. He was so fun. He was such a good sport. He was so good with us. Like I cannot fault the way he was in that.
And the management said that he was absolutely shattered as well. Like that he was like really flagging. So for him to kind of bring that energy when he was so tired was 10 out of 10.
I just have to say that all the management were crying with laughter in this room. Like it was hilarity. There was bits where we were all jumping off the sofa. You'll see in the interview that we're going to release.
So much so bad.
So good.
There's also I really want to talk about his mum, but I can't without giving the game away of the episode. So you're going to have to watch the episode and we're going to have to talk about what happened with Tucker's mum.
We'll talk about it after, because she was just so lovely. I can't get over how much I love her.
We were so shook nice after that interview. We were on such a high, and then Tucker was literally playing pretty much straight after, if I remember rightly. We went to basically go and watch Tucker around the side of the stage, but to do that, you have to go around the back of the stage where everyone's about to go on the stage. So we saw all of Tucker's team. May I just say, throughout this interview with Tucker that we did, I thought it was going to be my moment, okay? My moment. Like, I'm single, he's my type, totally my type. He's a bit younger than us, like 10 years. But I was like, this is my moment. This is gonna be a moment. No. What does he do? Fancies Ozzy loads. They have a moment in this interview where they lock eyes, and it is just...
There was an energy between you two that was just... You wanted to bottle it up.
Yeah. It's like we've watched the interview back since, and the lock eyes moment makes
they literally have a moment where he's looking up at her and you're looking down like with like hooded lids and you're just like, hello.
It's crazy.
But then it made sense because when he was on stage, he then basically confesses his love for brunettes.
Yeah.
And
Katie
you had no chance.
I was livid. Yeah, it was, So basically, we were walking back to go and watch him, and oh my God, he's there, literally about to go on stage at that, like very much a Katy Perry moment of like going up in the lift to go and be like shot out. It was that moment. And who are the last 2 people that he hugs before he goes on stage? Me, who I just go, well, you can't not say hello after the interview we've had. So I was like, give him a hug. But you can even see in the small video that you were taking.
Yeah.
That he was way more into the hug with Ozzy than
he was
with
like,
me.
get off, Katie, I'm going for her. But I panicked and stopped filming at that point, so we don't even get that bit on camera because I didn't know if his team were going to even be like, stop filming backstage.
It lives rent-free in our minds.
I think we could have made this up, guys, but I'm happy with the narrative.
No. We saw it. It's not just Katie saying something, I can vouch for it.
Yeah. But I just loved that at the end of his set, he was crying. He was so emotional. He was so moved by the fact that everyone loved Waves on the Sunset so much.
I was so emotional.
And then we
with
saw
that.
his mum again as she walked out, and she just said
she was
how
emotional.
proud she was. It was so nice.
It was so nice, and it was the biggest crowd he'd ever played, which I didn't even realise. So that was absolutely unreal.
He killed it.
Yeah, then we went and changed our shoes. I put my fishing clogs on. And then while I think I was doing that, or I went to the bar, Bob Harris announced or said something about Girls in Low Places to the entire O2 Arena.
Yeah, so he was doing, in between sets, him and Mickey Guyton were coming on and doing like little announcements and stuff and reading messages from the crowd. And then he was like reading all these different messages, and then he was like, oh, and a shout out to the Girls in Low Places. Oh, I love the Girls in Low Places.
We love
and
you,
then
Bob.
just me and you were like,
oh my God.
Where was I getting my clogs on or something? Like, for God's sake.
We did not take our own advice about wearing comfortable shoes
No.
because every single day we've had to change into fishing clogs.
But I then came back, like I think with drinks and my clogs, and came. You guys were like, Bob just announced you, and I went from like a smile to like
Crying.
full ugly cry.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sophia was like, "Wow, Katie has a real ugly cry."
I was so, because I'd manifested that. I dreamt about it before it happened. So, and that was before Bob even came on the podcast and lifestyle. This was like months and months and months ago. I thought, wouldn't it be amazing if Bob said something about Girls in Low Places at the O2 during C2C? And he did. And and also I just want to say, I got this working pass at the beginning of the weekend, and it has, my lucky number is 27, and it's so mad, but this was 27. I was born on the 27th September, not telling you the year. And I feel like I've just had so much good luck the whole weekend, and we have as a podcast, and we're just so grateful to C2C, grateful to Yeti for doing our cups, grateful to Holler for letting us come and collaborate with them for the stage. We are so grateful. It has been amazing.
Grateful to Wrangler for dressing us.
And all the fans who have come and said hi to you guys. You've had so much support and love from the GILPEDs around and about.
The GILPEDs have been amazing. And even like some people say, oh, I didn't want to come up and disturb you. Come up and disturb us. Like, we absolutely love the support, and we love that people across every single, like, even industry people have said, oh my God, I love what you're doing.
Yeah.
To fans, oh my God, I love what you're doing. To people who've never even met us, but we do one interview, oh my God, I love what you're doing. And that just gives us, sometimes it can be nerve-wracking when we're pushing the envelope, pushing the needle, and being a bit more fun with country music in the UK. And we know there are some people that would have pushback on that. Yeah. But to hear the support that we've had this weekend has made it all worth it.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And please know how much we really, really appreciate it.
We absolutely loved it. So I'm just going to, it's now 11:08.
I know, I'm getting nervous. I'm getting a bit stressed.
I think that's a really solid. How long have we been recording for?
20 minutes.
Okay, we're going to put a pin in this for right now because I've got to go and interview Graham Barham, but we may come back later.
You just said that.
I know, I'm absolutely mad.
Mad.
I need to get oiled up for that. So we are going to come back to you with what happened on Saturday, because there's a whole new section on that. So Gilpers, hold tight. We love you.
Bye.
Keep gilping. Bye.
You are listening to Girls in Low Places.
We're like the country music podcast that your mum banned you from listening to.
Let's go, you freak.
Who let us backstage, honestly?